person cannot escape risk either. You've got to manage it. And I think I wanted to remain focused and determined. And I purchased my first property in Peterborough by refinancing my own home. I had no other money, and I took a risk and just kept going. And I just kept releasing equity from further properties and went along and built the portfolio. And I borrowed principles from multi-level marketing. Principles from multi-level marketing mean that you get to bedrock and then you build. Who in this place would want to build their house or their business upon sand? The ensuing instability would be terminal, wouldn't it? So we're just not going to do that. And lenders such as Paragon, Capital Home Loans, Bristol and West, and Mortgage Express and others believed in me and my business acumen and lent me money to buy more. And it's because I was getting it right. And I think it was only after I'd purchased my 30th property that the bankers, the most seniors of them, invited me to speak to them. And I said, I don't know, maybe you should come and see me. No. Anyway, I went. And there they were, stuffed shirts. And there I was, looking gorgeous. That day, anyway. Come on. And he said, oh, Christeen, dearest Christeen, we are absolutely staggered and astounded and flabbergasted to realize that you've built this entire business quietly, unassumingly, without our help. Please, would you, we've looked at, I said, well, how do you know if I've been that quiet about it? We've looked at your bank accounts, my goodness, the turnover. We wanted to be part of that, and they weren't. And they said, we want to apologize to you. We want to apologize. Would you accept our unreserved apology for the fact that we have not been part of your growth? And, oh boy, did I accept? Did I? I replied by saying that it wasn't too late, that I had a few ideas up my sleeve of just how they could assist me for future projects. Needless to say, I did not go to the bank. I do not go to the bank. They come to me. One of my biggest highlights was them coming to me en masse and saying, we want you as one of our affluent clients to have a black credit card. Has no color. We want you to have that because it has no limit on it. Yeah? And you know what, guys? Because there's some lovely colors in here. You look beautiful, all of you. And, let's go back into the day when they wouldn't lend to me because of... we won't lend to because, a little bit darker, but you will have a black card because it is the symbol of affluence. Look at the symbolism of that and marvel. So, I accepted it, of course. I said no, but they forced it on me. I had no choice. Fought bravely. And they have continued to be extremely helpful, I must say, so it was worth it. I now own over 50 properties with assets of £8.5 million sterling. Thank you. Okay, there's a lot happening out there. We have an economic meltdown and credit crunch phenomenon occurring out there, and it has been somewhat inhibitive to, a large degree, and I wouldn't be lying because I am at the sharp end of that. But nonetheless, I'm benefiting from the opposite effect of that because, people have got to live somewhere. There's only so much land. We've got to be reasonable here. Yes, it is tough out there, and unless you're a Russian oligarch or, sorting out what size yacht you're going to have next or whatever, which is absolutely fine. You know, you are going to have been touched by it in some way, but people will always need somewhere to live. So I say to myself, look, you know, they will always need somewhere to live. I've got property. If you want it, it's this much. And what it has done in typical supply and demand fashion is that there's only so many houses, there's so many people, and if people are not buying, they have to live somewhere. Is that not true? If people are, typical bog standard renters, then they'll just carry on renting. That's not true, isn't it? You know, if people are waiting and sitting on the fence to see what the Bank of England is going to do, or the bank rate or whatever, then they're going to have to live somewhere, aren't they? Yes, so they have to come to me. And I'm open all hours. So this, trust me, will become a dim and distant memory. You know, those of you that can hold on to your homes and keep going, you do that. And that's it. I haven't finished. In June 2007, the government launched an ethnic minority business force, a main task being the investigation of why ethnic minority businesses face additional barriers to raising finance. The truth is, ethnic minorities are much more likely to be rejected for a loan, even in these times, and especially now. The Department of Trade and Industry found that ethnic minority businesses typically paid higher loan charges than their white counterparts. The Commission for Racial Equality said ethnic minority businesses have paid the ethnic penalty for far too long and have welcomed the creation of the task force. Professor Mondaire Ram is the director of the Center for Research in Ethnic Minority Entrepreneurship at De Montfort University, Leicester, and a leading expert on ethnic enterprise, and he acknowledges that there are still some barriers. However, there are signs that people from ethnic minorities are making their mark in a number of non-traditional sectors such as software, business, services, and property. Be inspired and consider the common house brick. We need to roll that. It has the inspiration to be anything it wants to be. If you just have a look over there, see how it has formed itself into my properties. So they're over there. Success is a journey and not a destination. It is not an end to itself. It is an ongoing process. And there are 7 main traits to success. What do you think about those? You see, that's bricks. They can be anything that they want to be, anything at all. They just keep going. And I think, as people and people that aspire to be, somebody, businesses, whatever you want to be, you can be that. Success is a journey and not a destination. Be inspired. Thank you. There are 7 main traits to success. Successful entrepreneurs gain the respect of their peers. You need to gain this from everyone you encounter. Give everyone the space to be great. Build up your character muscles and make your dreams a reality. 2, successful entrepreneurs believe and trust in themselves. I have utilized the success and reputation of the Olive Properties name to market business and lettings concepts and cascade this formula to a wider audience. You should trust your own ideas and instincts. You need persistence, determination, and a high level of self-discipline. 3, successful entrepreneurs follow a plan. There is no place for haphazard or trial and error. No one gets to their destination without a guide or a map to follow. 4, successful entrepreneurs think creatively. If you are exceptional, the fact a business idea has already been tried will make no difference to you. You can always see better ways of doing things. Have some savvy. Move on to another approach if things are not working. 5, successful entrepreneurs explore their exceptional skills. They try not to be and do everything. They stay open to change, moving forward to the next level of success. 6, successful entrepreneurs envision their success. Get in touch with your feelings and envision what it will feel like to reach your goal. And 7, successful entrepreneurs never give up. This is not in your vocabulary. Having faith, trust, and confidence and determination are the qualities needed for the successful entrepreneur, and envision what it will feel like to reach your goal. Break through the barriers. Break through the barriers and give yourselves the X factor, and above all, be inspired. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christine. That was absolutely brilliant. Well done. Now for our next speaker. And